Tag show. Tag show. That's gonna leave a mark, Taylor.
That's only speed because I'm in the speed.
If we have the same birthday too.
Patreon.
Okay, sorry. All right, but let's get into the show. Ready?
And go.
All right, the state of the SmackDown's Women's Division. What did you think of Sasha and Bayley's promo about, against towards the women's locker room?
I feel like they're coming into their own. Bayley's shocking everybody with this heel run. I don't think anybody really pulled up. When you said, Bayley should be a heel and, change her music and take away the ponytail, everybody's like, I don't think it's gonna really work for her. But it's been working, and she's finding her niche with Sasha Banks. I'm liking the road they going down together, and hopefully lands to where we wanted to go.
Right. I like. I'm like, why does that have a WWE shop sticker on it? Anyway, it's like you're selling that on the shop. Anyway, I like Bayley's heel turn. I'm always gonna be a supporter of her. I think it's not where it should be. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily her fault. I think just the way storylines have played out. And
her losing at Survivor Series.
Exactly, like her losing at Survivor Series is just she should have won.
Yeah.
There was no reason why Becky was standing strong after all of that.
Exactly.
There was no continuation in regards to Shayna winning, but besides the point, I think there's something missing in regards to really getting this heel turn really on and popping. But I thought it was a good segment. Sasha, I thought her promo was pretty funny against Mella. And those two work well together. They feed off each other. There's a level of comfort between them two. And yeah, I just thought it was funny how for example, Corey Graves and Michael Cole was shitting on Sasha in the sense of they let SmackDown down,
right?
But they failed to mention they took 3 women to beat her, right?
There's trickery.
Exactly. So Bayley lost cleanly. That's a different story. But when Sasha, she has a kind of a point.
Right.
What did you think about Lacey coming out and her face turn and
this
just
is not gonna work. This is not. I don't understand her being a face. Why? For what?
Well, one, there's a lack of faces in the division.
Yo, Naomi's not doing nothing. Liv is not doing nothing.
Liv is on Raw. We don't know where Naomi's at. I agree in the sense of
That was dumb to say
I know.
Raw.
I agree, and I agree with Naomi. I don't know what's the plan of when they're gonna bring her back. But I just feel like, the one person that's gonna get the best out of someone in a match is Sasha, right?
Right.
So I don't know if that's gonna be the pairing first and then Bayley, she gets the title opportunity. But I think it's good. It's good. Lacey is good on the mic.
I don't like that because that means that she has to beat Sasha. And Sasha deserves a win right now.
Yeah, but we already Royal Rumble's coming soon, Mania season. You need temporary feuds to push to the end of the year. Wow.
All right.
Go ahead.
Heading over to the next segment. Rollins apologizes.
Do it.
What? I don't want to mess up the clock.
Okay. So what did you think? Yeah, we were just discussing KO. Rollins has been getting a whole lot of flack, and I like what WWE did in the sense of there was the rumor of the whole locker room thing.
Right.
And that wasn't true, but they played into the actual storyline, which I think was pretty dope. What do you think of all of this and the apology, where they're going with his character?
He does better as a heel.
Yeah.
As a face, he's not believable. The fans turn on him for a reason, and I like how they did with Roman. I like they actually let this turn happen because it was inevitable. And with Rollins and how he talks on Twitter and, how he always wanted, he knows why people turn on him. He talks too much.
Well, that's the thing. You should definitely watch backstage because he definitely, you got to see Colby really talk in the sense of he's a passionate person, blah, blah, blah. But, and I agree, he's better. Essentially, most superstars are better at heels. But again, let's not forget, just a year before when it was Monday Night Rollins and it was all, and Roman was the one that was being pushed too much. Everyone was for face Seth Rollins, and he was putting on dope matches. So let's not forget. And I get it from he says things, and I'm like, why is he saying that? And just his mannerisms. But a lot has to do with the WWE too.
No, it definitely does. Like, his booking was terrible, and that's what I always say. We're not booing Joe, we're booing Roman. And in this case, we're not booing whatever Seth's real name is.
Kobe Lopez.
Okay, we're booing Seth because at this point when we was cheering him on, he was chasing the Beast, right?
Yeah.
And once he conquered the Beast, which was like, all right, that was kind of a weird way of doing it, but we're gonna run with it.
Yeah.
There was no more challenges for him. He was just overcoming everything, and it was just like, all right, this is a little bit too much.
I just never understand the whole booing the character in this sense. I think it should be more so booing the booking, because again, the character doesn't necessarily have anything to do with that too. And I'm not saying, I'm just saying in general, just from people's mindsets. Like,
we can't boo the booking because they don't show up on TV. That's the extension of their arm, right? Yeah. So you're booing that extension of the arm to reach the booking.
I mean, listen, even if you book it, even if it's whatever you say about Seth, but it goes back down to you don't have enough people in the main card to face Seth, to challenge him, and then take a loss. It's the same thing with Becky. I know it's going off a little topic, but you can't keep having them constantly win.
Overcoming.
You didn't do that in the past, and that's what worked. He can afford a loss, right?
Like, and that's what I'm saying. When he was chasing the belt, he was catching beat downs and all that. People was like, oh, but then when he got the title, it was just like, what? You're untouchable now? Like,
yeah, no, I feel you. The Yes Movement is back. Yes. No, we're not. Yes.
I mean,
yes.
The Yes Movement kind of like faded when he turned it down. Like, to me, when he ended it, it really ended.
But that shows the power and the greatness of Daniel Bryan, that he had the ability as a heel
to kill
his own movement that was super over, not only in wrestling but in just sports. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that just shows the greatness of Daniel Bryan, but it's there. I will say it's not like
how it was when
because he was we were cheering for the underdog, but I think if give him good storylines or like situations, it can get back there. Maybe it won't be as organic like it was before.
And that's where I was going to go. Like, when it's not organic, it doesn't feel the same.
Yeah.
So when it doesn't feel the same, it just doesn't rock the same. So it's just like...
I feel you, but let's see.
But I am interested to see how he comes out on Friday Night SmackDown.
I hope they didn't, like, really give him a clean cut or whatever, because I just feel like that's Daniel Bryan. Like, Daniel Bryan is, like, this scrappy underdog look. Like, you know, maintain it. But I hope they don't give him, like, when he was the general manager of SmackDown, he had that, clean cut look.
I think it's more so he ripped the beard off.
I don't like that.
The beard that's the signature for Daniel Bryan.
I know. I don't like the fact that if he comes like clean cut,
it's been a while. It's time.
You shave your beard. How about that? Like,
if they're paying me as a character,
I understand. Shut up. Like,
go ahead.
All right, company guy, shut up.
You don't know. Maybe he was okay with it. Like,
I'm not saying he's not okay with it. I'm just like, we like beards.
Here's the thing. If you realize, somebody made a point about The Fiend. The Fiend always make you go back to who you used to be.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Rollins went back to being the dark, turning on the Shield Rollins.
Yeah.
Now Daniel Bryan's go back to the short beard Bryan. Who's the guy who he feud with before that?
I don't know.
So there's another Finn Balor. Now Balor's Prince.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those things where you mess with the Fiend, you go back to who you were.
It's great storytelling and character development.
I read that. I was like, yo, that makes sense. So he has to lose the beard. Even if it's trimmed down, like, it doesn't have to be completely gone.
Okay, all right. As long as they trim it, but don't get rid of the full beard. It's just something about when a guy has a beard and facial hair. All right, but I'm getting a little off topic.
Yeah, you are.
You want to stop the clock?
You done with this conversation?
You want to discuss anything else?
Let's go The Fiend.
But that was part of the same thing. The next topic is...
I was saying that before I changed it. That's what I said before then.
Oh, okay.
Now we go into the next topic.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, you said let's go into The Fiend.
New contenders. How do you feel about Rhea Ripley finally getting her shot at Shayna Baszler?
I mean, it's well-deserved. I mean, out actually the whole month of November, right? And Survivor Series and War Games, Keith Lee and Shayna Baszler, Rhea Ripley are like the hottest thing right now, right?
Shayna's hot. She's hot in her role as a heel.
I mean, in regards to popularity and just being hot right now, it's Rhea and definitely Keith Lee. You know, there's a lot of talks in regards to Keith Lee being on the main roster and quote unquote Vince liking it. Listen, and I don't know if that's true or not, because at this point, we hear all these things from dirt sheets and it's not true and whatever the case might be.
Don't do it.
Besides the point, Rhea and Keith Lee are high. I like how they're booking them, and I'll discuss it a little bit more. What I think is working in the sense for our topic in the pit, but yeah, I'm happy with that, and I love the fact that this is not going to happen at TakeOver. It's happening
on Wednesday.
Exactly.
And I feel like Shayna Baszler and Rhea Ripley's pairing is pretty good.
I think so. Because we thought about it, right? It was like,
who's going to take down Shayna?
After when we thought Bianca was going to potentially be the next one,
right,
with the title, and that didn't happen. It was like, okay, well, who like realistically can defeat Shayna, right?
Right.
I mean, yeah, Io's probably the best or one of the best women's wrestlers, but in regards to like the whole, you know, Shayna towers her,
right?
And then the same thing with Candice. Like Candice is a fantastic wrestler too, but you know what I mean? In regards to strength and everything, it's not believable.
Right.
So we didn't know. Rhea, 23, has the look.
She knows where she's
believable.
going.
Yeah, she's really good in the ring.
So do you believe in this Keith Lee going to win this triple threat between Tommaso Ciampa and Finn Balor?
No, I think his future is bright. Like sooner or later, he's going to get a title.
I think he's going to go against Roderick.
I think so. And I like that. I like that even though he's hot right now, you go for the mid-card title. Same like Adam Cole. Adam Cole didn't immediately win the NXT championship, even though he's Adam Cole and he's hot. He got the North American title, and then he moved on to the NXT championship and is doing a fantastic job.
I think Tommaso Ciampa's going to pull out this
Ciampa,
one.
I think so too. I don't know what's going on with Finn. Because it was a surprise. Like, yo, he's on NXT, but it's still this. It's kind of like his booking is the same like it was on the main roster. So I don't know where this leaves him and who he feuds with, but I think Ciampa is the next one in line to face Cole.
That's a good question. Who does he face next? All right. Before we go to the next segment, I do want to talk about real quick. How do you think about Dakota Kai's turn?
I love it. Games? I love it. I couldn't get with Dakota. I think I literally said to Astro, maybe you, no, one or the other. I couldn't get with Dakota. Like I know she had a following, but I didn't like the look. I just didn't like it. So when she did that shit at War Games, you know,
I called that too at my party, at my watch party.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was like, when I see her replace Mia, I'm like, nah, she's gonna turn on them.
Yeah.
They didn't believe in her.
Yeah.
Her own tag team partner didn't.
Yeah, I mean, the story played itself. Like, if you don't believe in me, you know what I mean?
Right.
Then fuck y'all, right?
Right.
So it was a good turn. It was fire. Just added all the elements to War Games. I like it. I
didn't like the finish
of War Games.
Yeah.
Why?
2 against 4, and you come out.
You know what? And if that was
with 2 heavyweight champions,
well, that's what I understand that if that was the case, like since they won, then I don't think Rhea should have won Survivor Series.
Right.
You know what I mean? It had so you really put her over.
Right.
And as a Sasha fan, it's like, all right, really again, we're not gonna let her get her moment. But whatever. That's
to me, it was just like the United Kingdom Women's Champion and NXT Women's Champion. You defeated you two, Candice LeRae and Rhea Ripley defeated those two plus Bianca Belair and Io Shirai.
Yeah.
3 out of 3, maybe 4 of the hottest women in NXT.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but sometimes it's the underdog story, right? I do agree though. If I don't have a problem that they won, but I don't think it should have been, if they were going to win, then they won at Survivor Series. It should have been either or, because now you're making them look like they're unstoppable.
And Io Shirai was on that team, and it was like, now you're cool with Rhea Ripley after what she pulled off the night before?
Yeah, I guess it's for the betterment of the team.
All right, that was off topic. Sorry. I just had to get that in there. Heading over to AEW's Women's Division. It's like it's going on up and up. I think they hear the rumbles of the internet fans.
I forgot to include Nyla in the actual sentence, but yeah. I just don't understand, like,
because you didn't add the other women's match either. They had 2 women's
yeah,
matches.
I know. But you said you did say the women's division.
Right.
Yeah, it was good. What I will say, and then I think you mentioned it as well, it was a much better episode than the previous week.
Right.
Again, there's talent there, but like, for example, Nyla had a squash match. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that happens. I'm not gonna sit here and shit on AEW. And yeah, I guess you have to be patient and just let it build itself.
Because with this, they had 2 more signings with this one. The girl that they pulled from the crowd.
Yeah.
And then the girl that beat the lady with the sword. I'm sorry, I'm still learning names.
Yeah. I just didn't like the whole, so why is Nyla suspended for the rest of the year? I mean, I know it's just a couple of weeks when you actually think about it, but it's just like, you don't want to subtract, you want to add to the division.
Right.
So I'm not sure.
I think it's more to build towards the character. Like, she attacked the referee, so you got to reprimand him somehow.
I understand, but now, you know what I mean? You're subtracting, I guess, a prominent person in the women's division. So, and the way they've been building, like, the women's division is a little wonky. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, I didn't like that.
It could be a way of protecting them to make sure that Nyla and Awesome Kong don't go too close to each other as well.
But then I don't think
Awesome
they
Kong, no, because now Awesome Kong is starting to have more of a prominent role on the show with the whole
with Brandy Rose.
Yeah, the Nightmare Collective.
Yeah, but those paths aren't meeting. Especially, I feel like Nyla's a heel, no?
Yeah. So,
and Awesome Kong is a heel too. So I don't think their paths are gonna cross just yet. I just didn't like that part. What did you think about the whole women's faction thing, the Nightmare Collective?
I like it. I like the concept behind it. I just wish they would like defer a little bit because they remind me too much of the Dark Order.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
But I do like, the whole haircutting thing. I joked around and said the whole straight edge society.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that.
But it's definitely not the same thing because it was only one person that did it. And I don't know the infatuation with them, with also calming the hair. But I really like that, a women's faction is really building up in a division.
Yeah, we don't really see that too often, which I think is pretty dope. So I'm definitely excited about that. And like I said, overall in general, AEW this episode of Dynamite was much better. So.
Yeah. How did they do it? Do we know how they do it? We'll get into that later in the pit, right?
Is there a...
Nah, we'll look.
All right.
Heading over to the Inferno.
Where's the... So I made this the Inferno because I thought this match was fantastic and it got a really, really good reaction on social media, and there was just a lot of discussions in regards to Charlotte in particular, and we'll discuss a little bit more later
In the curtain call?
Yes, but in regards to the handicap match, I thought this was dope.
I think the handicap match was very good. The match was very good put together. I hate to be the Debbie Downer of it all. My only gripe with it was Charlotte looked too strong. Like, this is the tag team champions, and the match went with like 25 minutes. So the tag team champions can handle this 2-on-1, but they're supposed to be your best tag team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only gripe I had with that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I love the storytelling. I love how they was going. I just wish that they found a way to do it in more of a 10-minute match or 15-minute match.
I mean, I like that it was a long match. Like I said this on Twitter. I fell asleep at one point, and then I woke up. Or I dozed off, not necessarily fell asleep, but I woke up and then this match was on, and I'm watching because, my attention is always there when it comes to women's wrestling. I was like, wait, this is, and it was, as it kept going, I was like, yo, this is dope. There were some moments that were sloppy and you're just going to, something to expect in a Charlotte match, no shade, but, there's times that it can be a little sloppy.
Right.
But I like that even though she was she was dominant, the Kabuki Warriors overcame that because ultimately it is face versus heel, like and she's a dominant superstar. No matter how you try to slice it, Charlotte is not a weak competitor.
Neither is Asuka or
I understand, but they're heels. It's just the kind of this whole thing that, you know what I mean? and ultimately they still won. I would have been okay if Charlotte won too. I would have. I know.
What?
I just because I liked it was a good. It
It
wasn't
was
like
a good match.
how,
It was the
like,
best thing on the show that night.
It literally was because it's like for the past it was like when Charlotte faces someone, it's like she's always dominant and then wins. You know what I
Right.
mean? In this match, it was like she was dominant, but then after a while, Kabuki Warriors was like, all right, this is not working. We got to do this. We got to do that. And it was just a back and forth. It felt like a actual competitive match. So
Right.
that's why I wouldn't have had an issue if Charlotte actually won. But I was also happy with the result that the Kabuki Warriors won. And I was saying this is the first time in months that I felt that Charlotte looked like she was motivated. Because I felt like in the past, in her recent matches,
That's current call. We get there.
it's no. It's no. I just want to. That was the point that I was trying to make. I felt like in this match in particular, she was motivated.
Right.
Because in the past couple of matches that she's had, it just seems like it's not as sharp or crisp in regards to her moveset and like her just everything about that. So I thought this match was fire, and it caused a great reaction on social media.
And I also love the Kabuki Warriors right now. They got new music. They got their gear together. Like
Yeah, I think
Kairi
that-
Sane
yeah.
is really like having. I didn't think she would pull off this heel like this.
But she's doing a fantastic
She's
job.
doing awesome.
And yeah, I think out of the tag teams that we've seen so far, I think they're the strongest.
They are.
They're definitely the strongest. I think they're the best women tag team. The one to have held the belts.
Right.
I know it's only a few that have, but I think they're just absolutely killing it. And I would love to see, more tag teams come from that. And that's what we wanted to see. This is what, again, Sasha and Bayley were advocating for. If
Right.
you're not going to put us in whatever championship matches or single feuds, then utilize your tag division and properly. They're getting it spot on with the Kabuki Warriors. And I was scared for Asuka and
And
Kairi.
Kairi, yep.
You know what I mean? Because it was like, here we go again. They're not being utilized, but they're doing a fantastic job in how they're being booked. They're being booked strong. And like you said, they're just doing a great job in the heel.
I would
role.
love to see Io Shirai join them.
Yeah, that would be
Wreak havoc.
That'd be fire. But I don't know. I'm on the fence in regards to should she stay on NXT or should she be on the main roster?
I mean, at this point, the tag team champions is like Freebird, right? They go to any promotion they want to.
That's true, but I'm in regards if Io was to join the faction, you know what I mean? I don't know. But then is Io really doing anything on NXT now?
That's because she has nothing to do. That's what I'm saying. She's fire.
Yeah, she's amazing. But yeah.
And that is the Inferno.
Tag show.